The focus of this chapter is the study of mental disorders of biological origins and how they relate to serial killers. There are some terms that are important to understand as we get started. They are psychopathology and biocriminology. Other terms will be explained as we proceed. Psychopathology, also called abnormal psychology, is the study of mental disorders. Biogenic means produced by living organisms or biological processes. Biocriminology is the study of the biological basis of criminal behavior. Early biogenic theories of homicide included the concept of inheritance, which held that criminality was a trait passed down through generations. Today, most researchers reject this perspective, as it is difficult to separate inherited characteristics from those acquired through environment and experience. The idea of born criminals helped fuel the eugenics movement of the early 1930s. Influenced by the belief that traits such as criminality and mental illness were hereditary, 27 states enacted policies allowing the forced sterilization of individuals labeled as feeble-minded, chronically criminal, or insane. Despite their historical impact, the theories of Cesare Lombroso and proponents of body type classifications have not been validated as reliable explanations for criminal behavior. The earliest biocriminologists studied the shape of the head and the body, including facial features and bumps on the skull. Phrenologists were believed at the time to be able to detect criminal predisposition by examining bumps and abnormalities on the surface of the skull. Cesare Lombroso, 1835 to 1909, often referred to as the father of criminology, studied physical characteristics of criminals. He believed that people born with traits that lead them to commit crimes have atavistic anomalies, that is, physical characteristics typical of distant ancestors. These anomalies, or crimogenic physical traits, were believed to be inherited from degenerate family types and sometimes tempered by environmental factors. Today, efforts are being made to study the naturally occurring lumps on heads, but from a different vantage point. Scientists are very concerned about the role of brain injury in subsequent violent behavior. Considering that abuse is a common theme in the childhoods of serial killers, we must also be concerned with those who received head trauma. In reviewing biogenic literature, we must proceed with extreme caution to avoid confusing factors that may correlate with violent behavior and those that address causality. The argument that biological factors determine aggressive behavior remains premature, with little substantiating data. However, studies continue in hormones and their relationship to violent behavior. Efforts to link the primary male sex hormone, testosterone, to aggressive and violent behavior have been largely inconclusive. A notable case often cited in discussions of biological influences on violence is that of Arthur Shawcross, the Genesee River Strangler. Known for his necrophilia and cannibalistic tendencies, Shawcross exhibited both physical and developmental factors that may have predisposed him to kill. He carried an extra male chromosome, a condition sometimes associated with violent behavior, and had suffered multiple head injuries during childhood and adulthood. For further insight into his background and crimes, refer to Profile 3.1. The field of neurobiology, which examines the structure and function of the nervous system, has become increasingly relevant in understanding violent behavior. Researchers are especially interested in the role of neurotransmitters like serotonin, a chemical involved in various physiological functions including mood regulation and brain activity. Low serotonin levels have been linked to impulsive criminal behavior, suggesting that neurobiological imbalances may play a role in acts of violence. From a broader biosocial perspective, Hans Eysenck proposed that criminal behavior results from the interplay between environmental influences and inherited personality traits. He argued that biological predispositions, when combined with certain environmental factors, contribute to various types of criminal behavior. Unlike theories that endorse the concept of a born criminal, Eysenck suggested that individuals with nervous system characteristics distinct from the norm, particularly extroverts, are more likely to engage in antisocial acts. While many serial killers fit the profile of thrill-seeking, charismatic extroverts, the text also acknowledges that some have been introverts, highlighting the complexity of personality factors in violent crime. So, please read your text carefully so you won't miss valuable information on this topic. Have a great day.